Hey, good morning, my friends. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Sorry about the blurb there to start your Tuesday. How quickly we have to start to talk about snow. Two snow things to talk about right now. First, our first week, but Alberta Clipper coming through the area tomorrow. I will show you that. And what does that mean? That means that a swath of more widespread snow will come through rather than the hit and miss lake effect snow. I'll show that to you. It's I would call it a center of the state, center of lower Michigan type snow on the way, and then colder air. Then we get into the lake effect, and then much colder air by early next week, and we get into the heavier lake effect. So let's get to it, and I'll show you what's going on here. Of course, if you have any questions or comments, please fire away. Oh, and I think my granddaughter said it best the other day. I had a pop. I was drinking a pop, and she said, "Can I have some, Papa?" And I said, "Well, I don't know." She said, "Sharing is caring." And I get to that because remember, share is better than a like. So if you could, please share right now. We'd appreciate it much on MLive and me too. All right, so lake effect snow right now. This is snow from Interlaken through the Charlevoix area. This is all snow. This is all snow. And just light accumulations on the grass. Temperatures right now. Look at the cold pool up here. While we're in the 30s to near 40, there's teens back to the northwest. So yes, the cold air is definitely building. Here's your radar forecast today. Southern lower, not much going on. Northern lower and eastern UP, spurts of snow showers, an inch or two possible. Hey, Jennifer, grapple in Lapeer right now. Okay, grapple is like small snowballs. Some people call it hail. I guess it's debatable. It's not really sleet because sleet is an ice pellet that refreezes. It looks like a tiny little snowball. All right, so we're into tonight and no travel problems. And then here comes what I'm calling our first Alberta Clipper. And we're at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning and noon. So really it's a Grand Rapids, Muskegon, Ludington, Manistee, Big Rapids type thing. Even the southwest corner for tomorrow morning. Snow, now coming through in the middle of the day. It's cold enough for snow aloft, but it warms to about 34, 35 at the surface, and it's coming through in the middle of the day. So while this looks like all snow, it probably will mix with some rain at times. We are at 3 o'clock, and it's getting to Saginaw and Bay City, and maybe close to Flint. Not yet in the far southern part of the state, and there it's probably going to stay rain showers for you in Ann Arbor, Detroit. This is tomorrow at 5 o'clock in the evening, and then as the evening wears on, the snow system pulls on out. Then you kind of notice a different theme here. Northwesterly winds and the lake effect bands developing. That means the colder air will be pouring in for everybody. Sorry, Cindy Perlman, I can't make the blue stuff stop. I can't do anything about this other than let you know what's coming. GFS model, probably a good way to look at what's coming. Let me back it up. This is Wednesday. Again, this is on the grass, and this probably melts some, so I'd call it a 1 to 2 inch snow. Grand Rapids, Muskegon, on through Alma, Ithaca, Mount Pleasant, maybe Flint, the Thumb, Saginaw Bay City. Probably not Detroit, Ann Arbor, Jackson, Kalamazoo. Maybe just a light accumulation there. And just for fun, we'll go into next week when the cold air start to pour in, and then you start to get, of course, the heavy lake effect areas northwest lower in the UP, and eventually southwest lower will probably get in on the heavy lake effect as we go through the week next week as colder temperatures move on into the area. Again, this is a cumulative thing, not all on the ground. Hey, Curtis Jack, I do not like the GFS long term, but 1 to 2 days, it's okay. Pretty decent at 1 day out, and it's saying the same thing as everything else, so I can use it as a story. I was having this conversation with somebody yesterday. It kind of stinks right now because they upgrade the GFS. In the future, it's not really good. It's too fast. It's just not good. So I kind of have to give you a forecast off of other models that I can't show, and then I have to bring it back to a graphic that I can show and kind of fit it in. So it's not fun for me anymore. Although I'm seeing a lot of tweets in the past weekend that the European Weather Center, they're the ones that run the European computer model, have loosened up the restrictions some on us distributing it for free. So I'm going to check into that, and it may be the case where they've done away with the restrictions they've had, and boy, that would be a nice hope. Okay, so here is the upper air cold coming through late this week, and then watch what comes in early next week. We're looking here, this is 20 degrees colder than normal or so. Hey, good morning, Lisa Torregrossa. Oh, great, Marilyn. I'm not even going to attempt your last name. Any forecast for the Thanksgiving? Now, let's go through this. We're into next week, and it's just really cold. And you start to see the cold letting up, and we're now at November 18th. Another little blast of cold, not as cold as it was. But if we get out to 16 days, which I don't necessarily believe it at 16 days, we're at November 21st, you could start to see that the cold pocket is working its way up and warmer times might be coming. Indian summer, I don't think we'll get an Indian summer out of this, but boy, this weather pattern is wacky, and it certainly could happen. Curtis Jack, no big storm anytime soon right now. It looks like Alberta Clippers. So there you have it. Today, most of lower Michigan, not much going on. Northwest lower, you get some spurts of snow showers, maybe an inch here or there. Then tomorrow, this widespread snow comes in, not heavy, but for November 6th, kind of on the bizarre side, 1 to 2 inches swath through the center part of the state, some melting on the roads because it happens during the middle of the day. Then we get into a stage colder of weather, and the lake effect starts up, and then by early next week, we get down to almost a December, January 1st type cold on warm lakes, and we'll get some heavy lake effect there. And when it's heavy enough and the wind is strong enough, it does break off and come at times into the eastern part of the state. Sorry, all I got in this theme is winter, winter, winter for the next 2 weeks, and we're watching for a break, and I do think that will happen as we get to the end of November or into December. There's your forecast for today. Sorry, it's what I got to tell you. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Have yourselves a great Tuesday.